เคค่ะสำหรับท่านวิทยากรนะคะอ่า today we are pleased to have two guest speaker for this session is the first speaker. Welcome to Mr. Ramesh Nava. He is an international coaching and professional certified coach or PCC. Hello, Kun Ramesh. Okay, you can open. Okay, hello.
สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีค่ะ Okay, and the second speaker, welcome Dr. Thanachart Numnonda, Executive Director of IMC Institute. สวัสดีค่ะอาจารย์
ครับสวัสดีครับคุณจุ๋มครับขอบคุณมากเลยครับ
สวัสดีค่ะโอเค
สวัสดีนะครับผู้ฟังทางบ้านนะครับวันนี้อาจจะขออนุญาตนิดนึงก็แล้วกันนะครับวันนี้จะเป็นเซสชั่นที่ต้องพูดภาษาอังกฤษ so I just told our audience that today is an English session. Okay. Hello Ramesh. Nice to have you here today. Okay.
Thank you.
I heard that you are in Bangkok, right?
Yes, I'm in Bangkok.
Yeah.
I visit Bangkok quite regularly.
Oh, good. Yeah. And your position is what your title is. You are coach, right? Yeah. So could you please explain the audience to understand more what is your position and what you have done so far? Why you are international coach?
Okay, so thank you for that question. Let me just share my screen and I'll just give you a summary of my background. Can you see?
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Okay, so I spent about just over 30 years in the tech industry, from IT companies to ed tech company, and besides rising through the regions management, I kind of ended my career on sitting on the executive global team for an ed tech company called Prometric.
Okay.
That's where
so it's the one that doing the exam and certification, right?
Exactly. And I reported to the CEO and was responsible for all their business outside the United States. So I had an opportunity to work with senior leaders throughout the world who were part of my team, not just in Asia, but also in Europe, Middle East, and even Canada. So all these teams used to work for me. So after I finished that kind of life, I decided to take my experience of working with leaders and turn that into how can I contribute to leaders in this region. And so I transformed my career into becoming an executive coach. So today I work with senior leaders in companies in Singapore, Malaysia, and Thailand, and supporting them as they transform themselves into new generation leaders. So that's what I do right now. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you very much. Yeah, nice to have you here and look from your experience. I think that today going to be a very good talk. Yeah. I think that what we have now is okay. I think the topic today we're talking about what leadership skill for new economy. Yeah? We're talking about new economy. I don't know from my point of view. I think it's going to be the same. Okay? Why? I mean that the leadership skill have to change. You see, since leadership is also the leadership. Economy is economy. Why we need to change it?
Okay, so let me take that. We are actually in the new economy. Also, some people call it the economy 4.0.
Yeah.
In this economy, it's really the digital economy, right? Everything from banking to learning to living, right, has gone digital. Yep. There isn't a part of our lives that digital has not touched yet. And companies are finding that the change is happening very fast because we are living in the world of not just human intelligence, but artificial intelligence and machine learning. and product life cycle, new products and services coming to market faster and faster. So in this environment, it's very different from the environment that we live in just 10 years ago. In this environment, the managers and the leaders cannot have all the answers. And the staff cannot rely on just the leader to tell them what to do next. If that happens, then the leader is the bottleneck and companies can't move fast enough. And that's when digital disruption happens, right? You get companies that are disrupted and some of them are no longer around, right? And the leaders of today have not been around for more than 10 years sometimes, right? Look at a company like Grab, for example, right? So a lot is changing and leaders need to change. So that's the first point. The economy is different. Second point is the people are different. You look at the chart on the left. I know it's small, but let me just describe it to you. Currently, about 55% of the workforce consists of millennials and Generation Z.
Yeah.
By 2025, that will be over 60%. So this table is a summary from an article done by Forbes magazine, where they asked millennials and Gen Z people, what do they want out of the place they work? Surprising. On the left side, you will see, right, amongst a lot of different answers, right? The millennials said they don't want bosses. They want a coach. Whereas when they asked the Gen Z, it was interesting, slightly different answer, right? The Gen Z said they want to be mentored so that they can advance quickly. So it is very clear that management needs to understand they are working with a new generation of employee and team member, right? Over 60% very soon will consist of this group, and they have different expectation, different aspiration. Right? Finally, if you look at this article by Harvard Business Review, they already have completed their study, and this is a published article. They're saying that the role of the manager is changing. The role of the manager is now becoming that of a coaching leader. In other words, the manager is no longer the boss. The manager or the leader is a coach. So everything is changing and leaders need to change.
So when you say that, okay, coaching, yeah, you mentioned coaching, they need a coaching leader. But what's the difference between coaching and mentoring or teaching? Are they the same thing?
Okay, good question. And many people are also wondering this question. So thank you for asking. There is a big difference between training, mentoring, and coaching. This is the definition of what is coaching. Right? Coaching is unlocking a person's potential to maximize their own performance. It's not teaching them, but it's helping them to learn. And in the new environment, because the environment is changing so fast, just now we talked about the new economy, right?
Yeah.
Leaders need to help their people learn and adapt faster, right? They cannot wait for instructions anymore. They need to be able to adapt and act. So the leader needs to be the coach from now on.
But I think that when we talk with the many senior management, they may think that they have already done that, you see. They're already doing coaching all the time. You see. I don't know. From my point of view, some say that we have already done that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, here's the evidence. It's interesting, right? We always think that we're doing a great job. Let me share with you this result.
Okay.
Can you see?
Yeah, I saw.
So, the Society for Human Resource Management, a global body, surveyed two groups. One was they surveyed managers around the world, right? And most managers think they are already doing it well.
Yeah.
And then they surveyed employees.
Okay.
They asked employees, do you think your managers are coaching you? 93% said, my manager needs to be trained on how to coach me.
So train to coach. I see.
Another data point.
Okay.
Fast Company, very well-known magazine. This article is just July this year. So very recently, right? They asked employees, is your manager inspiring you? Inspire means coach, by the way.
Yeah.
74% need to be better. No, 74% of the executives
they
think that they are inspiring their employees. But guess what? Only 27% of the employees agree. So this is just hard data.
I see. Yeah.
So leaders need to know, you may think you're doing a good job, but independent sources of survey tell us employees don't think so.
I see. So what is the difference, between a traditional manager and a coaching leader?
Thank you. Good question. So let me share this. So this is the traditional manager, the boss. The traditional manager or the boss is the one that talks the most.
Okay, yes, agree.
The one that provides instructions or direction, right? Normally is the one that controls the situation. Any problems that come up, he or she is the one that has to fix the problem. And he's the one or she's the one that tells the employee the direction to go and what is the plan. And people are expected to follow. So this is that snapshot of the manager, the traditional manager, right? And nobody disagrees with what this is. I mean, it is the way it works today, right? In many of the companies. So what's the difference then? What's the coaching leader? The coaching leader is quite different. The coaching leader talks less, asks more questions, right? And instigates or provokes the employees to think and to come up with solutions to problems, or to even come up with a new plan of where to go. The coaching leader will withhold judgment, will not blame if things go wrong, right? And supports employees to explore options, right? This is the kind of leaders that are leading the new generation companies, and many traditional companies have transitioned to this kind of leadership to great effect, actually. So that's the difference, to answer your question.
So can you give us some example, of company that have changed to a coaching leadership style? I think I'm not quite sure I have heard of any or not, because when you say that, I think most of the company are the traditional style, right? But can you give us example? Which company is that doing what you say?
Sure. Well, what's running on all our PCs right now? Microsoft. Right?
Right.
In 2014,
Yep.
Microsoft appointed a new CEO.
Okay.
Right? His name is Satya Nadella.
Yeah, I have a chance talk to him once many years back.
Lucky you. So Satya Nadella is only the third CEO in Microsoft's entire history, right? Bill Gates was the first, Steve Ballmer, and now Satya Nadella, right? Satya Nadella set the company in a new direction since 2014, right? He led the company in a new direction, and his focus was on developing growth mindset. And that he felt was the way that Microsoft was going to grow again, right? So previously, Microsoft had a culture of what is called inspection and judgment. That means management's job is to inspect employees and then give judgment. This company culture has completely changed now. The company's culture now is learning and coaching culture. All leaders at Microsoft are expected to demonstrate 3 new kinds of qualities. Model, that means they are expected to behave the way that they want their employees to behave. Coach, instead of telling employees what to do, their job is now to encourage employees to contribute ideas and solutions to the market. And care. That means as a leader, your job is to care for your employees. If you take care of your employees will take care of the company. And look at the results. From 2014 to 2021, just in a short span of 6-7 years, the stock price has grown by 5 times. The market cap of Microsoft, we all know now, is over $1 trillion. So the financial results prove that this change in culture to a coaching culture is producing results.
Yeah. But put this way, Ramesh, you give me an example of, US company is a Western style. I think probably they have a different culture. For example, for let's say this region, or even Thai company, many of us still, doing, leadership in terms of not coaching style. You see, it's a boss. We wait for instruction, what to do. I think the culture may be different. You see, it's not the same. Do you have any example that there's some company that are nearby to Thailand or in this region?
Yes. In fact, my own personal example is a good one because I managed teams in Asia, all over Asia, from Singapore to Japan. And I managed teams in Europe and in Canada. It's actually not cultural. It's true that in Asia, employees are more respectful to elders. Normally, the boss is the oldest one, right?
More than 50 plus or something like that.
And employees are humble.
Yeah.
And they believe that the boss knows the best.
Yeah.
Right?
Agree.
That is changing. The millennials of today don't necessarily value our experience. They actually believe, and I have spoken to millennials myself, and so have my friends in Thailand. The millennials today, here in Thailand, don't value our experience because the world has changed. And what we learned from the last 20 years may not apply anymore.
So cannot be used today, right?
May not. Everything is changing. The rules have changed.
I see.
So you used to go to buy food. Now they deliver the food to you.
Yeah, agree.
And you do everything from your mobile phone.
Yeah.
So let me give you an example, right, of
Yep.
an Asian company. So this is a case study of a client of mine, right?
Okay.
It's a company that's headquartered in Singapore and listed in Malaysia. Many decades old company in a completely different industry than Microsoft. In this case, it's healthcare, right?
Okay.
Company is called Apex Healthcare Group. They decided that they needed to transform the way they run the company. This is a 3-generation company.
Okay.
So very similar to many family business.
Family business, like something like in
traditional
in Asia,
Asian family-run company, passed down father, son, down to son, and so on. They decided that they really needed to evolve quickly. And so they put 54 of their leaders in 3 locations through this kind of leadership programs. And what has been the result? I can only quote their chairman, Dr. Key, who personally told me that this is the best human resource investment they have ever made. The results, simple. Look at the financials.
Oh, wow.
For the first half of this year, right, their net profit has gone up 59%, while the revenue went up 17.5%.
You mean the first half of this year?
And yes, so it's very current results, right? And
so when they do start the coaching program last year?
Yes. It only started, well, in the last 1.5 years. And already the results is proving, that's why the chairman told me, I make so much money now. Investment was very good return on investment.
Yeah.
And so this is a traditional Asian company, and very, very Asian, very Chinese culture. And it works.
I see. Anyway, I think that many companies still have the same question as I have, you see. Maybe most of companies senior management, okay, I think they invest money and time to train their manager already, you see. They said, oh, they have to do this, they have gone to these training classes or whatever. Why is there a need to use these new skills?
Okay. Thank you for that. That's a really, really good, important question. So why, you asked me, right?
Yeah.
So here are some of the symptoms that point to some change is needed. The first one is companies need to grow, but resources are limited.
Yep.
The other one that is very evident, many companies I meet today, they are facing challenge in retaining employees.
Yeah, agree.
Especially the new generation, the so-called millennials and Gen Z, right? Turnover is high.
Yeah, very high these days.
The second thing is leadership succession, right? Many companies are still reliant on the same leaders they've had for the last 10, 15 or more years, right? They haven't transitioned to new generation of leaders because nobody is quote unquote suitable or quote unquote ready. Another symptom, the leaders of the company are just too busy firefighting, too busy problem solving, and no time. Everything is met with the answer, no time. Even this program, right? You will find people saying, yeah, I think it's good, but no time. Time to think, no time to plan, and no time to strategize. Another symptom, competitors are growing
Yeah.
faster than some companies. So you will find in a space or an industry, some companies are growing very fast and very well, and yet other companies are growing quite slowly or maybe even just flat. Why is that? These are all just symptoms that something needs to change. It's not the employees need to change.
The leadership, right? So can the reader go and attend some training classes to get this skill?
Okay, that's a really good question. So let me answer that by quoting you its data, statistics again. You know, Xerox Corporation conducted a study about training. And the results of the study was that 87% of the new skills that people were taught in the classroom were lost without follow-up coaching. So what the message is telling us from this study is that no matter how good the classroom is, the effectiveness of the training is not sustainable without coaching. So I took this experience and I experienced it myself when I was a leader. I sent people for training. After that, they come back to work and nothing changed. They still continue doing the same thing they were doing before in the same way they were doing before. Did you learn anything? Yes, I did.
Yes.
But I got no time to do anything differently because I need to do work. That was always the excuse given to me. So my own experience, and that's why I decided that it's not a training course that people need, right? It's actually a coaching program that people need.
I see. So I mean, how will you apply this concept, you say, coaching program for the participants?
Okay, let me address that. So in the coaching, you know, we now have this coaching leader program. It is a coaching program for leaders to become coaching leader. So there is a component where, yes, you need to learn some new things, but right after learning that, you'll go back to work and apply these at work during the program. So that means it is a slightly longer program where after a short workshop to learn some new skills, people will go and apply it in the office immediately the next day. And while they're applying it in the office, we will coach them daily. And that's the only way I have seen that behavior of the leader can change. It's through this last component. As they apply it at work, they will face challenges in applying it. And that's where we coach them. And as we coach them, they will start to get better and better and better at using these new skills. And then their leadership style will change. And it's this change in leadership style that's the real benefit that I explained to you earlier. Apex Pharmacy Healthcare is telling me that's exactly what happened. And that's exactly what resulted in their financial performance.
So we learn, okay, and the participant, okay, try to apply what they learn. So what are these coaching skills that the participant need to apply after?
Okay, so let me explain a little bit.
Yeah.
So to be a coaching leader, you need two parts. First part is really not, is mindset. The mindset is the core, right? Having the right mindset, and then layered on top of that is some important skills. So the program that we're running now, we start with the mindset training first. The mindset we call the coaching mindset. What is the coaching mindset?
What is the
That
coaching
means-
mindset? I would like to
That
ask.
means the leader has to think differently about yourself, about your people, and about the business. So when we do this coaching mindset part of the program, it's really about how to develop a growth mindset. It's about how to regulate one's emotions. It's about self-awareness and intuition. It's about regular self-reflection. And it's about constant learning and development. So just the mindset part of the evolution is very important. And we put a lot of emphasis on this first. Adjust your mindset. And then after that, learn to coach others to develop this growth mindset. So we actually help managers learn how to develop the coaching, the growth mindset in their employees. That's the first step. And then comes skills. And there are some important skills that need to be learned, right? Active listening. Now, listening is listening. And, you know, I'm sure Dr. Thanachart, your wife would tell you, don't listen to me always. So active listening is different than listening. Active listening, we use a lot more than our ears. We use our eyes, we use our heart.
I see.
So we use many parts of our whole body. It's called whole body listening, right? So leaders need to learn how to listen and really listen so that they are able to catch some important information that is being given to them. And that helps them make decisions, right? Or helps them coach their people. The second area is powerful questioning. You heard me say just now that a coaching leader asks more questions. The question you ask can sometimes unlock the solution to a problem. But by asking the right question, right, you actually help your employees solve the problem themselves. No more or less and less will the employees say, I don't know. You tell me what to do, and I will do. Employees need to be encouraged and coached by asking the important questions. And then the third part is really about knowing when and how to empower. Knowing when, because not everybody is ready for empowerment, and knowing how to judge when somebody can be pushed a little bit further, right, to take the decision themselves and build confidence, right? That is a skill that you can learn. And finally, how to make coaching a habit. It needs to become like second nature. Like when you wake up in the morning, you brush your teeth. So when you come into the office, you coach. How to make that an automatic habit? It's not easy. It can be learned. So these are the things that, the leaders of the future need to learn.
So what is the structure of the program for this thing?
Okay, so
To
all
teach
these
this, okay, or I see you have the 4 modules, right?
yes, all these components are broken up into different modules. So module 1 is coaching mindset. Module 2 is active listening. 3 is powerful questioning. And 4 is empowerment and the coaching habit. So it's broken up into modules so that people can learn it step by step. The program is designed around Agile Sprint. So it will be conducted in sprints, right? Each sprint is 2 weeks. Right? So the structure of the sprint, let me use my pointer here. Is initially, leaders will attend a workshop. That workshop is about 1 day.
Okay.
And then after that, leaders go back to work, but the program doesn't end, right? We meet every day, daily, for coaching. 1 hour a day for the rest of the 2 weeks to practice, actually put into practice at work what they learn in the workshop. So the daily 1 hour is the big difference. And that's where we coach the leaders and they learn. Every day they get better and better, right? By sharing, reflecting, and learning together, right? In a small group. So this is the sprint structure of the program. The whole program consists of 2 sprints, right? The first sprint is 2 weeks. The second sprint, another 2 weeks, right? In the first sprint, they do module 1 and 2. In the second sprint, they do module 3 and 4. And then right at the end of it, there is a wrap up where they consolidate all their learning and all the application that they have done at work into how they can really develop into a coaching style of leadership.
So the first workshop for 8 hours, okay, I think we will learn on module 1 and module 2, right? That one, what face-to-face learning.
Yes, we'll do it in a room, normally in a hotel or in the office, and we practice together in the room.
So let's say, okay, I'm learning the coaching mindset, and then I'm learning active listening, and if we go back to work, and then each day, you say that 1 hour you have a daily coach sharing and coaching, so you will coach again.
Yes,
every day or what?
Every day.
So how do you do that? Call us or what?
Yes, so every day we meet at the same time for 1 hour.
Okay.
And the group is broken into small groups.
Okay.
So that everybody can speak.
Okay.
People take turns to share.
Share what they have done yesterday or whatever, or what do they?
What did they do about this new skill? Did they try it?
Okay.
Did they succeed? Did they fail? What was easy? What was difficult? And as you express yourself, you realize, oh, okay, now I know what I may need to do slightly differently tomorrow. Okay. So then leaders go back and in their next meeting, they will try it. Employees may not know that the leader is doing something different, but over the few days, the employees will realize that, hey, things are changing around here.
Because of you coach the way that we should improve ourselves or something like that. Right?
Initially, the employees will be very puzzled and maybe even uncomfortable. And leaders at my coaching for them is tell your employees that change is coming. And they need to be able to speak up more. And you value what they have to say and what they think. And initially, the employees will be uncomfortable, but through the coaching, leaders will learn how to extract the value from the team members, from the employees. And it's really the value that the company needs, right? It's really this value that's why Apex Healthcare financial performance is so amazing, right? And Microsoft, or doesn't matter. I mean, the results are the results. They speak for themselves.
I see. But altogether, it takes 4 weeks. It's so long. Some people will say, wow, it's 4 weeks. Can't I just attend the workshop? Let's say, okay, I keep saying, I have no time. See, Ramesh, can I just attend 2 workshops? Okay. And let's say this means going to be only 2 days. The first day and let's say another day, second day. That is why it takes so long.
Yeah, this I have been asked this question many times. Leaders say, can I just attend the workshop? I got no time for your daily meetings, so I got too much to do, right? But here's the reality. The reality is that we're talking about changing old habits.
Okay.
We're talking about leaders who have grown up doing things a certain way, and now they have to change. But changing old habits is difficult.
Yeah, agree.
It's like every day you use your right hand to brush your teeth. Tomorrow, I say from tomorrow onwards, you will use your left hand to brush your teeth. You will see how difficult it is, right? And you will be itching to go back to use your right hand. And that's exactly what happens with leaders when they try to use these new skills. Initially, it's not easy. And so they go back. They go back to their old style. And the company doesn't change. So change takes time.
Agree.
The second reason is that there is a gap between knowing and doing.
I see.
If you attend a training program, you know.
Yep, agree. I know.
You learn and you know. Great. But knowing is not what you did, what you want. It's the doing, right? You need to learn how to apply. And that is the most difficult. Intuitively, when you attend this kind of workshop, you understand. It's difficult, right? It's quite straightforward. But understanding and doing is 2 different things. And only when you start to try to do something different, right, will you realize, oh, it's not easy. Because I've been doing things a certain way for so many years, right? If I attend a class, okay, yes, I get some new knowledge. That's the knowing part. But I'm not going to apply it. Then don't waste your money. Don't waste the company's money. You got to learn how to apply. But that's not the final step. Because you may learn how to apply it 1 time, 2 times. But how can it become your new style?
Yeah.
And that has to do with from knowing to doing to being. When you are being, then you are a coaching leader. That means in your veins, in your blood, you know how to extract value from your smart people. You know how to challenge your people to solve that problem. and you know how to challenge your people to keep that customer, right? That takes time, but the time is worth it. So you ask me why 4 weeks, and I say 4 weeks is a very short time.
Yeah, I'm trying to ask you this the same thing. You see, now I'm thinking you say that you want us to change our habit. Again, it takes time. I just want to ask you another way now. Is that 4 weeks enough now?
Yeah, that's a good question, Dr. Thanachart. Is 4 weeks enough?
Yeah, is that enough, or is okay just for starting, or?
It gets you on the road. Gets you on the road. But one of the things about the coaching mindset, if you remember the slide earlier, is you must have this attitude of continually learning and developing yourself. So once you are on the road to becoming a coaching leader, you have this mindset that I'm not good enough. I need to continue to improve. And that mindset is what keeps people on the road. It's the same as learning how to meditate, right?
Yeah.
If you learn how to meditate, you will know how difficult it is initially, right? How meditating for 1 minute feels like 10 minutes. But once you are in it, every day you do it a bit longer, longer. And very soon you can do 10 minutes and 20 minutes and 30 minutes. And some people can meditate for hours, but that takes practice. So it's the same thing with learning how to be a coaching leader. It takes practice, it takes time. But after 4 weeks, from my experience in working with leaders, I can safely say they are on the road.
I see. Yeah. But it takes time just to change from knowing, doing, to become a being. I think it's not come up immediately after 4 weeks, right? But it's on the road, as you said.
Yeah.
Okay. May I ask you one more thing? Okay.
Sure.
What the outcomes can participants hope to achieve from this program?
Okay, outcome is very important because all leaders care about the outcome, right?
Yeah.
What's the bottom line, right? Here's what my participants tell me. What they found is by using this style of leading people, performance improves. Look at Microsoft, look at Apex Healthcare. Just two names that I quote, but there are hundreds and thousands more, right? That are achieving this kind of performance, right? Because they changed their style. Okay? Second thing people tell me, leaders have more time now. So instead of saying leaders have no time, leaders actually find they have more time because the employees are doing more work.
Much better, right?
Employees are more independent, and so leaders can spend time thinking, and planning, and strategy work, right? That requires time. If you're busy running every day, you don't have time to stop and think, right? And leaders need time to think. So that's the other plus, right? The third plus that, Apex Healthcare told me, right, in the last 12 months, they have brought to market new products much faster than they used to do, right? And that is in a very regulated environment, healthcare. Markets like healthcare, banking, financial services, they are regulated driven, right? So they're always having to wait for approval before they can launch new services or new products. And yet, with this new way of working and thinking, right, healthcare companies can launch new products and services faster, right? So it leads to innovation and competitiveness. And finally, because employees are so motivated now, you find that you can retain employees better. So these are the real outcome, changing to this style of leadership. Now I'm going to share with you a little peek into what happened at Apex Healthcare. This is a screenshot on the right side. Let me get my laser pointer.
Yep.
On the right side is a discussion board.
Okay.
From our final reflection meeting with 36 leaders. 36 leaders. You can
do
see
it in
all their
whole
postings.
day or in one day or many groups?
No, this is just in 2 hours.
2 hours, I see.
A wrap-up meeting was 2
Or
hours.
it's a wrap-up meeting.
Yes. And then at the end of the wrap-up meeting, they shared back with
Okay.
each other and with me what has happened. So this is the actual reflection. So I took a screenshot just to share with you. Right? Just a little peek into what happens. Here on the left, one of the leaders said, I realized that I have been indirectly micromanaging all the while. And now I'm able to give back the confidence and accountability to my team members. Another leader said, I now can allow people to come up with a solution and let them be accountable for the solution. Another leader said, the big thing for me was my team thanked me for listening to them without judgment. And this leader, right? Initially, people don't talk when she talks, but now she says, because of empathy and curiosity, it set the platform for more open discussion. So this is evidence, okay? Evidence of not just qualitative evidence, but quantitative evidence. It works. So the outcomes, you ask me, what are the outcomes? It's pretty proven, right? You get financial outcomes and you get managers saying, wow, everything is different now, right? And this is what I showed you just now is their actual comments. So it is very real. When leaders can change their style, they see the value. And the company sees the value.
Wow. Thank you very much. I think you can convince me, see, attending this, coaching program. I will ask some of my friends to attend this program. I think they got to change a lot. Yeah. Because when I love when you say that, okay, why we need to attend the coaching program. When you say that now the leader have no time, we have some problem. I mean, stick with something, the lack of resource. That what we say. I think that is a great thing that to think that hey, we need to change. I think, and some people may not know that. They thought that they're doing the same way. They say something like we have to fix ourselves. They thought that okay, we plan something new, bring up a new strategy, keep talking to staff, direct them or whatever. But when I discuss with you today, I think you change my attitude that hey, probably I need to attend this coaching program as well, and then probably have to invite many of my friends to attend this. Okay, anything else that you would like to add on, Ramesh, before we finish this
No,
one?
just let me wrap up. I mean,
Yeah.
I've shared quite a lot today, so I don't think I need to share a lot more, except just to say that, you know, this, what we have talked about today is really about leadership in the digital era.
Yeah.
We are now in the digital era. And just like everything has changed around us, leadership needs to change around us. I personally experienced it when I was a leader, and I've now experienced it working with other leaders to see the impact it can create. So that's the first thing. The second thing is my request to leaders is don't just attend a training class.
Okay.
It's not the training that matters. It's the coaching.
Coaching.
Helps a leader to transform. That's
knowing to doing, right?
Yeah. From knowing to doing. The knowing is a training class, right? But
Yeah.
that's just knowledge. If you can't use it, then it's pointless.
Agree. Yeah.
That's all I wanted to say. I will leave it to you if you have any more questions for me.
Yeah, I think that probably it's, yeah. But thank you very much, Ramesh. May I ask you one more favor? Can I record this one and share to some of my friends and then put in the IMC Institute YouTube, okay? So they can see it, they can come back, and then maybe they may be interested to talk with us, talk with you, trying to attend the coaching program. Yeah, this is okay.
I'll be happy to. No problem.
Okay, thank you very much, Ramesh. And nice talking to you today. Love it today, and it's very useful. Yeah, I hope that the audience get a lot of things from today. Yeah, thank you very much, Ramesh. คุณจุ๋มครับผมขออนุญาตส่งกลับไปให้ที่คุณจุ๋มแล้วกันครับ
Okay, ขอบคุณค่ะ Thank you so much both of you คุณ Ramesh and Dr. Thanachart for talking today. Very useful. Okay, คุณ Ramesh, so sorry, I would like to speak Thai to explain something for clarify. Sorry. Okay, ขออนุญาตนะคะทุกท่านค่ะจุ๋มขอแชร์สกรีนสักครู่ค่ะ โอเคค่ะ ตรงนี้เป็นแบบประเมินนะคะ ประเมินของเว็บ Webinar ครั้งนี้ค่ะ จะรบกวนทุกท่านนะคะ ใช้โทรศัพท์มือถือนะคะ สแกนที่ QR Code นี้ได้เลยนะคะ แล้วก็รบกวนทำแบบสอบถามให้จุ๋มสักนิดด้วยนะคะ โอเคค่ะ เดี๋ยวตรงนี้ทางทีมงานก็จะมีส่งตัวลิงก์แบบประเมินนะคะ เข้าไปใน Zoom Chat แล้วก็คอมเมนต์ทาง Facebook Live ด้วยนะคะ โอเคค่ะ ถัดไปนะคะ เดี๋ยวจุ๋มขออนุญาตนิดนึงอันนี้เป็นหลักสูตรที่ทางอาจารย์ธนชาติแล้วก็คุณ Ramesh นะคะได้อธิบายไปเมื่อสักครู่นะคะ จริงๆแล้วจุ๋มก็จะมีทำเป็นpublic class ด้วยนะคะ ก็จะกำหนดวันเรียบร้อยนะคะ ตรงนี้เป็นQR code สำหรับดูดีเทลนะคะ น้องๆทางทีมงานก็มีส่งให้ทุกท่านแล้วนะคะเผื่อจะอยากทราบข้อมูลอะไรเพิ่มเติมนะคะตรงนี้เป็นกำหนดวันที่เราจัด Public Class ค่ะก็จะเริ่มวันที่21 November นะคะแล้วก็จะเป็นโมดูลที่1และโมดูลที่2นะคะเราก็จะเรียนกันสปรินต์วันค่ะ8ชั่วโมงโทษทีค่ะ1วันนะคะก็คือประมาณ8ชั่วโมงนะคะแล้วก็หลังจากนั้นก็จะมี Daily Scrum อีก9วันนะคะตามที่เป็นสีเขียวนี้เลยนะคะพอจบจาก9วันนั้นแล้วนะคะเราก็จะเริ่ม Sprint 2 ค่ะก็เป็นเวิร์กช็อปนะคะมาเจอหน้ากันที่โรงแรมนะคะอันนี้เราจัดที่โรงแรม Grand Center Point นะคะ Terminal 21 นะคะก็จะเป็น Sprint 2 ค่ะเรียนอีก8ชั่วโมงนะคะแล้วก็จะมี Daily Scrum อีก9ครั้งสุดท้ายก็จะเป็นwrap up นะคะอีก2ชั่วโมงค่ะก็คือหลักสูตรนี้นะคะcoaching โปรแกรมเรียกว่า coaching โปรแกรมนะคะเราก็จะราคาต่อท่านนะคะจะเป็น 45,000 บาทนะคะต่อท่านนะคะแต่ว่าก็จะมีอีกอันนึงนะคะถ้าเกิดท่านไหนที่อยากจะจัดให้กับองค์กรท่านเองนะคะก็เป็น in-house training ค่ะตรงนี้ก็จะได้เรียกว่าเป็นประโยชน์สูงสุดต่อองค์กรนะคะเพราะว่าทุกแผนกทุกฝ่ายในองค์กรก็จะได้มาเรียนรู้โปรแกรมนี้กันนะคะก็อันนี้ผมทำมาเป็นตารางให้เห็นชัดเจนขึ้นนะคะว่าเดี๋ยวเราจะเรียนทั้งหมดเนี่ย36ชั่วโมงโดยประมาณนะคะแล้วก็จะเป็น4สัปดาห์อย่างที่ทั้ง2ท่านเรียนแจ้งไปเบื้องต้นนะคะก็จะเป็นโมดูลที่1โมดูลที่2แล้วก็เป็น Daily Scrum นะคะอันนี้จะดีตรงที่ว่าถ้าเกิดเป็น in-house training นะคะทุกท่านสามารถเลือกช่วงเวลาที่เราจะทำ Daily Scrum ได้เลยนะคะก็คือเป็นช่วงเวลาเดียวกันทั้ง9วันนะคะตามที่ทีมในองค์กรสะดวกกันนะคะเพราะว่าบางทีในส่วนของการ Public Class เนี่ยก็จะเป็นการที่เราเซตชั่วโมงขึ้นนะคะว่าจะเราจะมา Daily Scrum กันเวลาไหนช่วงไหนอะไรเงี้ยค่ะแต่ถ้าเผื่อเป็น in-house เนี่ยก็สามารถทางองค์กรของท่านก็เซตได้เองเลยว่าต้องการที่จะเป็น daily scrum เนี่ยของทุกวันเนี่ยเป็นช่วงเวลาไหนนะคะแล้วก็เนื้อหาต่างๆจะเหมือน public class เลยนะคะเพียงแต่ว่าอันนี้ก็จะเป็นภายในองค์กรก็จะทำให้เห็นภาพได้ชัดเจนมากขึ้นนะคะถ้าเผื่อท่านไหนสนใจที่จะจัด in-house training สำหรับโปรแกรมนี้นะคะก็สามารถติดต่อตาม contact ที่ให้ไว้ได้เลยนะคะก็จะติดต่อขวัญฤทัยหรือว่าวลีรัตน์ได้เลยนะคะหรือว่าสอบถามมาทางเบอร์มือถือก่อนหรือไม่ก็จะเป็นทางFacebook Fanpage ของ IMC ก็ได้นะคะหากสนใจค่ะโอเคค่ะขอบพระคุณมากนะคะต่อไปเดี๋ยวจุ๋มอีกสัก2สไลด์นะคะจุ๋มขออนุญาตฝาก YouTube Channel ของ IMC ไว้นะคะก็จะเป็นคลังข้อมูลนะคะสำหรับให้ทุกท่านเข้ามาเปิดดูวิดีโอนะคะเว็บมินาต่างๆของเรานะคะที่จัดมาตั้งแต่แรกเลยนะคะรวมถึงของวิดีโอที่เป็นโคชชิ่งโปรแกรมก็สั้นๆก็จะอยู่ในนี้ด้วยนะคะแล้วก็ที่เราจัดเว็บมินาวันนี้นะคะอีกประมาณสัก 1-2 วันก็จะอัพขึ้นYouTube ให้ทุกท่านได้เข้ามาดูทบทวนกันด้วยนะคะสามารถเข้า YouTube แล้วก็พิมพ์ IMC Institute ได้เลยนะคะยังไงก็ฝากกดติดตามไว้ด้วยนะคะโอเคค่ะแล้วก็อันนี้เดี๋ยวจุ๋มทิ้งหน้านี้ไว้สักนิดนะคะเป็นหน้าของQR code แบบประเมินนะคะก็โอเคค่ะat the last I have say thank you to คุณ Ramesh and อาจารย์ธนชาติ again นะคะ and thank you to all audience นะคะ and see you next time at IMC webinar โอเคค่ะ thank you so much ขอบคุณมากค่ะทุกท่านสวัสดีค่ะ